Howdy y'all, today is November 4th. It feels really weird walking out here not seeing any T-posts. I'm gonna finish up the peppers. My mom has a few tomato rows that she's gonna work on later today. But this garden should be all picked up here in just a few hours, so that's a good feeling to have done. So now I'm finally getting around to spreading some lime. Just gonna put it in this little spreader here, run it up and down. My soil pH isn't too terrible. When I tested the soil last summer, I believe it was, late summer, early fall, my soil pH was around 6.7, which isn't terrible. But some lime would help it out a little bit. Once again, I did all this. I didn't just test the garden because this was just a big patch of weeds. I didn't really know where things were going yet. So that 6.7 is kind of a mix-up of this entire property, not specifically this front little quadrant, but I'm gonna go ahead and spread a bag around. I have 4 or 5 bags. This is the smallest bag, but we'll just get started with one and probably save quite a bit of it just for next year. Since it's such a nice day and it looks like we're gonna have great weather for at least another week, which is awesome, I'm back out here planting trees. There's a lot of spider webs. Oh, I thought that was a spider. I'm a little keyed up because last time I tried to do this, there was massive orb weavers out here and they were really thick and just everywhere. I don't see any. I saw one yesterday. There's just webs everywhere, but no spiders, so I'm just gonna go for it. I'm checking all the little trees here. I had planted with a flag. I donated the Arbor Day Foundation, got I don't know how many free little trees, and something came and chopped them all off. So some of them lived, some of them didn't. The ones that didn't, I am putting in some new little trees, but they're a little bigger at least, so hopefully they won't get chopped off by a rabbit or whatever did it. Well, I've got everything planted. Let's hope these have better luck. Houdini is looking a lot better. Those feathers are getting quite a bit longer. Just about got them completely regrown. That chicken over here next to her went through molt. She's just about done. She's looking pretty good too. So older chickens will molt generally this time of year. The daylight is kind of shrinking down, telling the chickens that winter's coming. So they'll slow up on egg production considerably. I'm down at least 50% at this point. It's pretty slow going on eggs, but I'm not doing any sort of artificial light or anything. So the buffs are my oldest chickens. They're a little over 2 years old at this point. And so now they're molting, losing some feathers to grow back some new feathers for winter. So that way they're nice and warm and fluffy for the cold temperatures to come. Howdy out. Today is November 6th. It is pretty breezy out, but it is sunny and 75. It feels fantastic. So yesterday I put the chicks out here in the first winter coop that got done. It's a great feeling to have done. Yesterday popped in a window, or the second window, built the roost bars. My dad did that. And then it was just ready for some chickens. So I was really happy to get them out of the barn. Let's go see how they're doing. They look comfortable. I found the heat lamp. I've got the windows closed though right now. There's two up there you can kind of see, because it is really breezy out today. But they look good. So yeah, for today I want to work on some screen there, chores, and that's about it. It'll take a while to get this one going. I'm not going to bother with plastic today with the breeze. It's not really worth it because that'd just be a pain. So just start with chicken wire. The wind's coming up from the south and it feels great. It's like you're on the beach in Florida or something. It's whipping at about 21 miles an hour last I looked. It's gonna stay pretty breezy for the rest of the day and finally taper off, but this feels great. It's actually kind of hard to pull these coops because once you pop them up on the wheels, you gotta lift up on the front and start pulling. But the wind actually starts pushing it the wrong way, so I think my lines are a little crooked, at least on this run, but that's not a big deal. Working on food, water, and grabbing eggs, and then we'll do the chicks. Howdy out. Today is November 7th. It's really nice out still, no breeze today, so I'm gonna go ahead, crack open this hive here. Got some bees buzzing around. I want to take this feeder off because they really don't need it, and it was just too cold to pry it off and expose them, so today's a perfect day to do that. It's a little noisy. They're doing some tree grinding up along the road today, but I want to check out this white hive again because I wasn't feeling real great about them last time I got in. They were pretty small and not too many resources. I want to make sure there's even a queen in here because if they were robbed, who knows. It's just slightly suspicious that this hive got weaker and the mixed hive got a little stronger. So we'll see. I didn't see any dead bees anywhere like that. There's no wax laying around like they were robbed. So I don't know, maybe I just got in at a bad time, but let's hop in and see what it looks like. Okay, so I dug through the hive and I took out one of the deep bodies. There's not much as far as resources go. They have some nice looking stuff in the honey super though, so that gives me a little hope. I did not see a queen. I saw some capped over brood, but it looks pretty suspicious. There are a couple small hive beetles, just because the colony's so small, so they're kind of moving in. I also saw a couple varroa mites. I have an example here in my hand. See if I can flip this bee over. I have to put you guys down. So I did see one bee with a varroa mite. You see that kind of brown bubble there? So that's a varroa mite. So I don't know what happened to this hive. I combed through everything. I did see a few bees mangled up, but nothing like thousands and thousands of bees, maybe just a small handful. There's still a good amount of them in there, but yeah, I don't know. So what I'm doing now is I'm even going to squeeze that entrance down tighter, so that way only a couple bees can get in and out. They do still have a screen bottom board. Last week I took off the top entrance, so I want to close this hive up as much as possible so the remaining bees that are in there can fend off whatever's trying to get in and get them. But once again, I don't know if there's a queen in there. I didn't see her, and the capped over brood I saw looked a little suspicious, so I'll show you guys what I mean here in a little bit. Alright, tape was the fastest thing I had on hand. There's some bees fighting, so probably my other colony trying to get in here smelling everything. So I had the hive open for a little bit. They've calmed down. Oh, there's a fight going on over there a little bit. So hopefully I don't know. I just don't have too high hopes for this colony here, especially without seeing a queen. We'll just check it in a few days. The weather looks nice through Thursday, and it takes a little dip into the 60s, but still nothing bad. So I'll be in here in the next few days to a week, and we'll reevaluate and see what's going on. But right now it doesn't look too promising with what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna take that second box of theirs and probably just store it away for the winter. They did have a few resources on it, but it wasn't anything great. So there's a few bees over here kind of leafing through. There's not much. This one was basically empty because that was a drone comb I'd replaced. Everything else is at least drawn out, but there's just really not much in there. I didn't do too much recording yesterday, but let me show you a little bit of what we got done on the second winter chicken coop. The screen is mainly done. Still got to build a door, roosting, nesting, so all that, plus plastic. But the screen is nearly there, so that's a great feeling. So there it is. Got the top pretty much, well, top is done. There's a little bit I have to cut off here and staple on from the side. There's this awkward little gap. Everything else on this side's good. All the front's good. So I just have this part I got a screen, and this part's the door. So just a little bit more work to do on the screen than plastic and all the inside stuff. But might as well check on these little guys while I'm right here. They've been adjusting really well out here. They found the heat lamp if they needed it. Usually they're tucked up in a corner somewhere. I have this I threw out here as just a quick reference. Currently 60, a little over. Feels pretty good in here. So here's some of the brood I was seeing. It's really scattered. And there's bees that have half emerged and just died. There's some suspicious looking things next to them. Looks like some tried to hatch but didn't there. So I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't look very promising. So I don't think there's a queen in there, but maybe I missed her. I don't know, but this is the brood I was seeing. So I put a little bit in the single box that they do have, but for the most part it's kind of what the hive's looking like at the moment. Super bummed about that colony because they were fantastic. So whether it was, I don't know, varroa mites or robbing, those are my only two guesses at the moment. Other than that, I don't know, and I don't like the not knowing part, but I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and freeze these and we'll just check on that hive here in a few days. Howdy y'all, today is November 8th. It is a gorgeous day out here on the farm. It's currently in the 70s. It's gonna be 80, which is fantastic. I'll take the heat as long as possible. An Indian summer here. Gonna get the chickens done and then finish up that second winter chicken coop today. going pretty good so far. I'm gonna grab one more thing of plywood for the top. We have one here, so we'll get 3 on today, and then we'll pop the other one on tomorrow. Well, my tripod rolled off, but right now I'm just putting strips down just to hold the plastic seam here all along, and then that's where the other piece of plywood will go. It's a little different than the other coop. Only put 2 over there. I'm gonna try it 2 different ways and see what works better this winter. The other coop's gonna get more light in versus this coop, but as far as snow and ice protection, the coop I'm on right now is gonna be a little sturdier. Well, y'all, I feel pretty good about the coops and where they're at. That one is pretty much done, minus just some interior stuff, so that is a great feeling. Gonna go ahead and turn on all these fences and head out for the night. Howdy, y'all. Today is November 10th. These cuckoo marins are getting so big. They're almost the size of the regular adult chickens. They're still a little on the small side, but the feathers are all there. They're looking really good. It's a nice day, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and let the buffs and marins have run of the area here. Betty, that chicken right in the middle front there, found her pumpkin seed. She's pretty happy. Everyone just kind of scratching around doing their thing. High 50s. It's a little breezy, but not bad. So earlier this morning, I ran to the hardware store, grabbed some more discount wood, which is perfect for building chicken coops. So I'm gonna do a little bit more on that today. Just the nesting boxes, roost bar, and putting a piece of plywood on the top to finish that roof out. So that coop's pretty much done. There's not much else to do, and it's a great feeling. Now, I bet you guys are wondering why I haven't once this week, I've been good, complained about daylight savings time. But it's currently, what time? 6:45. It's been pitch black for at least since 6. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's go close the chickens up, plug in heat lamps, get all the fences going, and then the chickens are tucked in for the night super early. I'm not a fan of daylight savings time. Whoever says that it's for the farmers, it is not. It's especially annoying if you're a dairy farmer, in my opinion. But I think it's annoying for a lot of people in general. So anyways, let's go out at 6:45 in the pitch black and close up the chickens. All right, just got the marins plugged back in, so they're good. I've been slowly trying to wean them off of always being under a heat lamp. For the most part, they don't hang out underneath it too much, but definitely at night I plug it in. I hope I don't run into this fence, I can't see it. Shoot, just about did. All right, the chickens out here, the buffs and marins, there's usually 2 that like hanging out on the wheel, so I gotta make sure they're up. and turn the light, or turn the net on. I need a light. I should have brought a flashlight. I usually use my phone, so I'll have to put you guys down. And all the buffs and marins made it up, so that's cool. They're all closed in. Everybody's plugged in and good to go.